Hello, everyone. Welcome to the World Session for April 9th, 2024. Where I am in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, where we had the solar eclipse yesterday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to continue to draw on that energy and what we're working with. So we're a group of 7 today, holding this energy of light, love, and really using that solar light coming through the 7 of us. So please, if you want to join in and feel that light coming through. And we're going to bring that light through the waxing moon where there's an increase of light post that eclipse. So the eclipse, the moon covers the sun and starts to expose. And we're going to bring light to, as someone said in the group, the 4 corners of the earth. But I'd like to also bring that into 3 dimensions. So there are dark forces in the world, and there are forces of light. There are when we look at dark forces, I look at it as ignorance and bringing light into that ignorance, and then that ignorance can transmute into wisdom. There's sometimes a pathway through ignorance to innocence to wisdom. We have to travel in our innocence through a lot of ignorance. So you could say innocence, ignorance, wisdom, but then past lives come in and the interference of the world around us. So I'm looking at people who are having difficulty in their lives, people who have maybe mental, personality, physical ailments. We're going to bring light to all of that to not only remember our work here is selfish, capital S, which brings light for us to help heal others, heal ourselves, heal our path lineage, and heal the generations to come. So if you're seeing this entire session, we're seeing 7 people holding 3 dimensions. The 4th and 5th dimension will come in obviously as time through ancestry and moving forward. And we're looking at every single strata of life on the planet, from the smallest insect to the biggest animal, whales. Interesting. I did some work the other day with someone, and whale came up as one of the animals on the earth that spreads wisdom. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what came up in the work. So something's suffocating my jaw right now, so I'm just tuning into that before I go into whatever that. You can hear my voice is cracking, so we'll find out what that is in a minute. First, what's required to tap this into the head brain, allowing that head brain to really experience what that light is, and bringing light, because whatever's wrong with us, it has to go in those areas. And we want to be able to gently, 7 is the number of spirit of God. 7 will help us gently look in those nooks and crannies, not forcefully, no analyzing, no going up in the head, just allowing whatever comes to the surface to show itself. And that way we can deal with it in a practical way. So I'm just gently looking at why is my voice cracking? I feel a lot of power and strength moving through my lower legs. So you might notice that too. The earth is coming up. So I really feel earth element. So this is a masculine chakra where I'm feeling the cracking in my voice. It's getting a little bit stronger as I feel into the root chakra, but feet on the earth. I'm obviously inside, but I've got my feet on some wood and I'm focusing on grounding. Let's bring that grounding, root chakra to crown chakra. So now my voice is changing, weirdly enough. and deep breath, respiration. I'm going to bring in all the diaphragms. So our diaphragms, our muscles, our bones, those systems are moving while we have the three brains connecting and bringing the light. We are light bodies. We are. When you go inside, you will see your light. You'll even see the electric light of your spine. You can see the body electric. Basically, we've got so much electric running through the central nervous system. Breathe. Go with your inner eye. Just look within and see that light, and that light expanding. And just like the eclipse, and just like this waxing moon, see it spreading out and going into the dark areas. And of course, we're allowing this to happen gently. Remember, the brain is going to, you cannot, your will and your ideas in this session will not usurp what your body mind wants to do. Okay, that we're going to put that fail safe on, because sometimes people try to force things, and we're going to put a fail safe mechanism. No, we can't force it, because you don't want to go through any type of healing crisis. Healing crisis is when you go overboard. So no, the light's not going to go overboard. It's going to do only what is good and right for you. That is the fail safe. So now that I'm feeling and seeing that light within, and my throat is clearing, I started to see that the light was going into a little bit of infection in my own lungs. So check where you are. You might have a little bit of infection, usually when you have allergies, or maybe sometimes you eat something you're not supposed to, which I did a couple of days ago. So my body is having a reaction to that. And deep breath. Let's bring those three brains into unison so we can balance the gut, being able to intuit properly, the heart, bringing in that compassion for self and others, and the head brain, what it does is sends programs. That's what it does. It sends programs throughout your body. We want those programs optimally functioning. So if you know a program that's not working so well, my immune system sometimes not so great. There's inflammatory markers, could be that you have. There can be cancer, there can be tumors, there can be colds, there can be any form of disease that you can think of. Focus in on your disease. Put your finger. I'm putting my thumb inside my navel. If you want to get some saliva, hold your thumb inside your navel and pull around your navel. Like, the navel is a connection to mom. Okay, connection to your mother, right? So that umbilicus is connected. If you feel any contractions, you could push against them. It'll bring circulation in, and we're going to bring that warmth. I'm going in a clockwise direction with my hands. So if you think of the right side, where the ascending colon is, we're going to bring all this energy over along the transverse colon and down the descending colon, which moves down the left. You can even say, when you're drawing, I know it's upside down you, but you can say, I love you. Like they do with babies. When babies are constipated, they go, I love you. And it's beautiful. It really helps the baby move everything. But we're moving all kinds of stuff right now, even energy. There's also something coming up for other people that get connected in your body mind, especially if you're a healer, a therapist. Not always when you're just working with other people, that's not necessarily so, but if you find you're sensitive to other people and things get stuck to you, this is a good time to just focus in on those people, or whatever you feel, because I'm already feeling people, I'm seeing faces, but with really no identification. I deal with a lot of people in a day, and I'm just going to drag that down up through the ascending colon, along the transverse, and down the descending colon. So don't be surprised if you have a big an ebullient bowel movement, if there's a lot of stuff to move. There was another one that was coming up. that is, I'm into the zygoma here. There's something about the zygoma needing to move, but there was another consciousness. Maybe I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm just going to go within lungs. We're doing disease, we're doing genetic repair, we're bringing in connection to mother, that beautiful connection to the mother through the mothers, but healed um, without her neediness. Right. We were doing, I think I'm just going to do neediness. We had another word put there, but I'm just going to do neediness. So that's connecting to the navel where we get needy. So things that, let's say, mom wasn't able to proffer, maybe, or because it's not always about that. Sometimes it's the perception of the child because the child is also born with a history, born with DNA, born, from the parents, from both sides. This combination. We also got our past lives coming in through a chakra. We've also got the soul that lives in this body. So there's a lot of stuff going on that isn't necessarily just the parents. The parents, there's the idea that everything is about someone else, which is terrible. Then it means you don't have your own agency. You do have your own agency, no matter what happens. The thing is, some people feel as though they're helpless within that, and that cultivates a neediness and a neediness for others to either accept or love. We want to bring light into that area. There's something going on with the cranium. So you might feel into that your cranium, I don't know, it feels like it's making more space for a bigger brain. It just feels like that's totally, the next phase of humans. I'm feeling into different teachers who've told me so many different things over the years that I kind of have forgotten, but this idea that our brains will get bigger and bigger, and maybe even become telepathic. Whoa, okay. Yeah, my cranium is really hurting on this. I did go into the 5 dimensions, so maybe that's why this is coming up. So we're into channeling phase now, and I don't know how much I'll do when I start to channel. I try to keep that at a minimum, but I think that if we want to connect to, let's say, something greater than our own I, like the self that is the small s that is this body mind, we can do that. But we do need more neurological tissue in the brain. It needs to have a greater capacity, or maybe not capacity, but greater usage than we already do. And right now um, we're using obviously the internet. We're using that as our extended brain. So that's telling me that we need to be that, not so much the internet. We need to have that happening, not with a chip. I'm not talking about that. It's more like things I saw as a child, that our brains would be able to connect one to the other, even though it's happening right now. We're all connecting, but this is not telling me it's about electronics. It's about something external. It would be actually coming from within, but it is not a chip. So fascinating. That's a fascinating little piece that I haven't seen in ages. I'd really replaced it with, oh, we're going to just become, computers, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's tap that through, and that'll continue to give us some agency. All right, my darlings, that was quite something. I'm going to end it here because I don't want to start going on to weird channeling places. Love you all. Have a great week. Thank you, everyone, my 6 people who are on with me, helping me out through this. Thank you for your support and your strength to be able to bring the light to the world. Thank you. Bye.